right at the top of the screen again, using his quickness on space with Kiki. Comes inside on a little twist, breaks the seam. AC knows where he's at. That's why he threw the ball just a little bit earlier than what he wanted to in that situation. That's why they weren't able to connect.
Up front, an interesting story with the injury to Ryan Coughlin. Pierre Verschuvel is the long snapper, setting it up for Terry Baker here. Cahoon puts it down, and Baker puts it through. 3 more for the Alouettes. Looking sharp tonight. Pringle's not in the lineup. Ham's not in the lineup. Climby's not in the lineup. But the Owls lead by 10.
Swipe your club card at Safeway for automatic $1 million touchdown to win entry. If your name appears, you've won a vacation trip or 2 to Mexico. You'll fly Air Transat and stay at the Hotel de Cameron Los Cocos. All courtesy of World of Vacations, Canada's #1 tour operator to the sun. Swipe your club card at Safeway today. Swipe your club card at Safeway and receive a bonus $1 million touchdown to win entry when you purchase Scott Paper, Minute Maid 5 Alive, Yoplait Yogurt, or Yacht Yogurt Drink. Swipe your club card for everyday great savings and your chance to win $1 million at Safeway.
Pontiac Grand Prix with wide track. Built for drivers. Wider is better.
CFL Live on TSN is brought to you in part by Gatorade. Is it in you?
This is a great place to watch a football game. There's no doubt about it. Conversation on the sidelines. Gavillo has just engineered a field goal drive, talking it over with Tracy Ham, the regular #1 in Montreal.
Always expect a receiver around the area, too, and you got Pringle over there. I mean, expect this. When you get down in those situations, you don't come away with the major. People want to know what's going on. So conversations get really intense right about now when you don't come away with that major score, and people are talking about it. Let's iron this thing out so we can come away with the score.
Pringle, the MVP in Canadian football last season, on the sidelines tonight. You can see the problem. It's his knee, a little bit loose. He's expected back next week. Ticats need a much better return here after giving up the field goal. Parker has a lane. Eurosius Parker stopped, and a great tackle by Terry Baker.
That's something you don't hear too often out of your mouth, John Wells. Great tackle by Terry Baker.
He stuck his nose in.
He certainly
a lot
did.
of kickers stand back and play a little footsie back there.
He got that.
Run a little interference.
You're right. Give him credit. I know Chris Schultz back in the studio would have a hard time with saying that. He loves kickers, right, John?
I'm sure he does. 35 yards on the return. It would have been more had it not been for Terry Baker.
Tracy Ham, Corby Jones, all congratulating him. Jacques Climby, they're all saying, Terry, way to go. You look like a real football player.
The kickers fraternity will be all over you for that one. Ticats have it back. They're down by 10. Beginning outside the 40. McManus, shotgun, sideline pattern, and he has Corey Grant. Grant forced out by Henry.
Danny McManus, known for his quick release in the Canadian Football League, across the league, frustrating defensive linemen like Alfred Payton, Swift Birch, because he gets rid of the football so quick. And here's a great example. He just unleashes this thing to Corey Grant on the sideline before the play can even develop.
Out at midfield with a first down, the Ticats on a bit of a roll here. Trying to answer the last couple of field goals. Here's Eric Lapointe. And he was running with a little more authority, or at least with bigger holes in the opening half. The Alouettes have made some adjustments and limited Eric Lapointe to 4- and 5-yard gains.
That's right. On the right side here, you got Dave Hack, the right tackle for the Hamilton team, working on Alfred Payton. Got great leverage, got up underneath Alfred's pads, and just put him on a sled and drove him for 10 yards. That'll wear and that'll weigh on Alfred Payton's mind. He's getting beat and dominated right now by Dave Hack when they're running the football.
That was a matchup we wanted to watch tonight. Gain is 4, 2nd and 6, Ticats. McManus will have to put it up. Batted away, and it could have been worse for Hamilton. Thomas stepped in front of the intended receiver. They're They're pretty happy with Ed Thomas stepping in for Tracy Gravely for the last couple of weeks.
Again, we got Hack right here on the edge with Alfred Payton setting up in pass protection now, working his feet. He gets his left arm up underneath there, and he just drives Payton up in the air and pushes him back.
And the good play by Thomas in front of Mike Morreale there.
Now that's a matchup you'd think that Hamilton would want more often, is Mike Morreale on a linebacker, Ed Thomas. I think Danny McManus would like to see that more often the rest of the night.
It wasn't a great throw for McManus.
I was behind him.
Osbaldiston sailed this one. Headed for the corner and out. No. Winston October kept it in, and then he was nailed. What a great tackle. Leading the way down there was Kyle Walters. So there's Hack.
That's Big Dave Hack right there.
Job well done by Hack against Payton on the last sequence.
Look at the size difference right there. 6'6", 6'6" to 6'1", a difference of 60 pounds. Dave Hack is just having one whale of a game against Alfred Payton. Hey, but don't count Alfred out. Just when you think that you've got him out, he sneaks up and strings about 2 or 3, 4 sacks together right in a row and catches you off guard.
Two Hamilton players really did a great job in the last play. Osbaldiston nailed it almost to the sideline. Winston October had nowhere to go. And upfield, Kyle Walters with a super special teams tackle, forcing Montreal to begin at the 4-yard line, first down. Little play action fake. Calvillo puts it up. What a play. Armstrong broke one tackle. Armstrong, it's a foot race. Here's Armstrong down the sidelines. No one's going to catch him. Oh, baby. 106 yards. There might be a problem here. I didn't see it marked on the far side, but there's a discussion suggesting he might have stepped up. Hard for us to tell from the other side of the field, but here's a look. In or out? Oh, yeah. Good call. Ticats are saved the embarrassment of 106 yards right there. Not by much, Matthew.
This is, Rob Hitchcock's thankful. He's going to catch a lot of heat over this in films tomorrow after this ball game, win or lose, because Chris Armstrong just runs away from it.
76 yards the return. Here's Haskins again on first down. Haskins, 12 rushes for 87 yards, 4 catches for 65, and Haskins has had a big night, 153 yards already. The play to Armstrong. He should have been stopped there. And a mismatch here against Hitchcock. But Matt, he was out twice.
He wasn't. It looked like the official spotted him in the second time and not the first time.
On second down, Calvillo got away from the Greggs and forced out by Hitchcock, far side.
Oh, man, he's dodging all kinds of people out there. I'm ducking in here for him. Rob Hitchcock is extremely upset over what happened a couple plays before, and he's on a mission right now to put his team back in a position of power here defensively and try to stop this Alouette drive. Did a pretty good job of chasing him down, giving Anthony Calvillo something to think about, forcing them to try this field goal.
Armstrong's 76-yard return sets up a 32-yard attempt here. Cahoon has it down. Baker hammers it through. Alouettes keep pounding away and now lead it 23-10. Good ball game in Montreal tonight. The Ticats will respond. stands here at Molson Stadium for Alouette games. They have rediscovered football and their love of the game here in Montreal, and it's exciting to watch. This is one of the best stories in Canadian football in the last 5 years, no doubt about it. Ticats will try and respond with a good return here. Parker slowed down and somehow found a way to get out near the 43-yard line. Interesting story all over this Tiger Cat team, but Seth Dittman was having a little trouble playing cribbage, or at least winning at it last year. So in the offseason, the Stanford grad went out and bought a cribbage book, and now he's a lot better, according to Carl Coulter, and can almost win a game or two.
A lot of pressure in the Hamilton dressing room to be a good cribbage player, because there's a lot of cards being played in there, and they've got a table right in the middle of the locker room where the players get together before and after practice and have some serious competition.
Well, they didn't believe that a Stanford grad would have to buy a book to learn how to play the game, but apparently he's much better. First down, Ticats. Here's McManus. Got a little heat. Flutie was coming back, and there was no play there.
Swift Birch coming off the edge on the man we're talking about, Seth Dittman. And it's a screen, obviously. Danny McManus buys just as much time. Dittman thought telling him just run you up the field. Dittman expected the ball to be gone. He's saying, the ball's supposed to be gone, Danny. I'm not supposed to have to block him that long.
That was 15-2, 15-4, and a couple pair was 8 on Dittman that time.
There you go.
He got beat badly.
Getting back to that whole cribbage thing, I had to learn it when I first came in the league. That and euchre, and then we were able to teach you guys tonk and all spades and all those type of games.
Euchre's definitely a Canadian game, Matthew. I'm glad you know how to play. 2nd and 10. Here's McManus. Oh, Montreal turned the wrong way, and there was a collision. Montreal is down, slightly shaken up. He spent a lot of time with Henry this evening.
Yeah, just a great matchup still on the left side with Seth Dittman and Swift Birch. Two big men getting after it. Good position and feet by Dittman, just keeping him off the quarterback, giving him a chance to throw the ball down the football field. Great one-on-one matchups off the edge with both tackles, Hack and Dittman, with Elfrid Payton and Swift Birch.
Ticats can't get it done. Osbaldiston comes into the final 45 seconds now of the 3rd quarter. And it's Montreal on top by 13 at 23-10. Ozzie lays it out there for October. Let it bounce, and now he's got a return going. Winston October sets the Alouettes up again. 41 on the punt. And what a play here by Winston October, number 11.
Eric LaPointe on the tackle there, Wellesley. He's getting it done in all different phases of the team, and that's Canadian football. You got to play more than one position, and LaPointe makes the play on a good return by Winston October. Just handles it off the get-go, picks it up, and then just runs through people. Finds himself in space. Hitchcock misses.
There were 3 misses on the play, and that's the reason the Alouettes are set up in Ticat territory.
It's a good sign of a good returner, too, making people miss. I mean, that's what they're paid to do.
From the Hamilton 49, first down, Montreal. The option again. Thomas Haskins again. And the Tiger Cats were not fooled as badly that time.
She got a wily veteran on the coming off the edge on the backside there, and you've got Mike Campbell. He's got a chance to hit the quarterback, and unlike Mumford last time, Campbell's going to say, I'm going to take that hit and make you pay running this option. And he does the right thing, taking him down and hitting the quarterback. Good, smart play by a veteran player, Mike Campbell, number 98.
Delvino has taken a couple of hits tonight. Campbell is back, missed last year, had both knees fixed. He's a reclamation project and really helping the Tiger Cats out. Calvillo, last play, 3rd quarter, into the turf. And Cahoon didn't have a play.
You just got to get that close in the vicinity of a Ben Cahoon, because if you can, this guy does extremely. I mean, he catches anything. According to Chris Armstrong, this kid can catch a BB in the dark.
Final play, 3rd quarter. There's 1 to go on CFL Live. The Alouettes have a 13-point lead.
You're watching the CFL Live, and we're at the quarter. Brought to you by 1-800-HI-IT'S-ME. It's the cheapest way to call. Collect.
All right, welcome back. Now, in the first half, we found out Thomas Haskins can run, and he can just flat out run pretty well. Third quarter, we found out the guy can be dangerous in other ways, and that means catching the football, Chris.
Well, Mike, you look at this, James, and really Thomas Haskins right now as a double threat. The throw to him had nice velocity, makes two people miss, isolated on the linebacker. I'll take that matchup every time. Here, a different situation coming out of the backfield creates confusion in terms of responsibility for the Hamilton Ticats. Calvillo finds him wide open, makes a move, more positive yardage. You look at Thomas Haskins, he has all the dimensions of a running back. He blocks relatively well, runs extremely well, but that third phase as a pass receiving threat, that's unique for that young player.
Might actually be a better receiver than Mike Pringle, at least in that capacity. Now, if you're down by 13 points, I suppose there's only one quarterback in this league you'd like to have, or at least the favorite guy you'd like to have is Danny Mack.
Well, the thing is, Danny Mack right now has an attribute, and then he is a detriment too, because
How can you be an attribute and a detriment at once?
Because he's going to try to force the football into makeable situations as he perceives it. The worst thing about that, possible interceptions, Montreal gets an interception right now. With this type of lead, it's all over. Watch out, Danny Mack.
Attribute or a detriment? Well, let's send it back to a couple of guys who are both attributes, neither one a detriment to us. John Wells and Matt Dunnigan for fourth quarter action. Attribute.
Well, it's a wonderful night here. This place is lively. Lancaster is the only unhappy person in the building right now. Ticats' next home game has a special prize. If the Ticats sell 21,000 or more tickets in advance, one lucky fan will drive home with a brand new 1999 Pontiac Sunfire. So the Tiger Cats getting ready to host the Beastie Lions to begin Week 7 next Thursday night. Hopefully they'll have a huge crowd on hand for that one.
We've been enjoying and living the Viva Loca here, and Chris Schultz is drinking his coffee there back in the studio.
Baker has punted well. He'll aim this for the sideline and does a good job. No return for Eurosius Parker. Through three quarters, the numbers favor the Alouettes on the scoreboard and in other categories as well. 282 yards passing for Han and Calvillo. 300 net compared to 177 for the Tiger Cats. That explains the difference in the ball game.
You got the 0 turnovers too, which is critical because you have an opportunistic defense that Hamilton has been for the last 2 weeks. We've talked about that, and look at that big number 0 right there. Montreal taking care of the football. That's why they're ahead 23-10.
Big Dave Hack in the Ticat offensive line, beginning just outside the 10. McManus for LaPointe. Maybe 6 yards. Wrapped up by Mark Washington.
Hamilton continuing to go to the run, not faltering from the game plan. Have to continue to make Montreal be balanced defensively and keep them in a rocking chair. And Seth Dittman just working a way out for Eric Lapointe on that play there.
They call it a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Tiger Cats. McManus goes to the shotgun. On the far side, he has Morreale. He's had a tough night in a couple of areas. Morreale comes up with a big catch. 1 for 11 yards last week. He's been off form part of the season with an ankle injury. 2 weeks ago, he dressed but did not play. Says he's back at 100% and ready to go. Dropped one early. Took a couple of hits trying to drag one in. But it's a big first down for the Tiger Cats. Out at the 25. McManus stands in. Far side. Morreale again. So it's 2 for 2. Morreale beating Stephon Reed that time.
Yeah, Danny Mack had success with it on 2nd down there, and he comes right back with it again. Moves the chains again. Stephon Reed matched up in a one-on-one situation this time. The previous play caught him in a zone situation. Danny Mack sees a weakness. He's just not that Stephon Reed can't cover, but it's always a good matchup when you got a slot on a linebacker.
And Reed is just back into the Montreal Alouette lineup after missing 2 weeks. Play action fake for Lapointe. Sideline pattern for Flutie, and that one went off a helmet.
This will be an interesting one to look at again.
Yeah, Baron Miles, this will give you a giggle.
Coming right at you. right in your living room. Danny Mack putting everything he has on it. It's a long throw going to his buddy Darren Flutie here on the sideline. Flutie knows he's going to get smacked. Irv Smith comes, hits the back of his shoulder pads, and coming over on the play is Baron Miles making a catch. I thought it was in bounds, but the referee ruled it out of bounds. Hamilton's football still.
2nd and 10. Tiger Cats with 13:02 to go in the final quarter. McManus at the 39. On the money. No catch for Flutie. Had it and couldn't hang on, coming down.
Got Davis Sanchez laying the wood on that one. He's bringing a hat. Folks, all that means is he is just coming and disrupting and separating. He's right here in the middle. Davis Sanchez, normally a nickel or a dime receiver type of defensive back. He comes up and lays a lick on Darren Flutie and separates him from the ball and stops him from getting the first down.
Osbaldiston ready again at his 25. And waiting, it's Tyree Davis. Surrounded. He'll lose yardage on the return. Chase back to the 15. And Mace Freeman put the final stop on him, number 29.
Getting back to Davis Sanchez. Just doing a heck of a job in dime coverage, coming up, doing his play. Then on special teams, coming down and laying a serious lick.
It's the Alouettes by 13 at Molson Stadium, Montreal.
As your engine revs higher, the oil inside creates a protective wedge that builds up and keeps engine parts separated. But as your oil's viscosity breaks down, so can the wedge. That's why there's Castrol GTX, the only leading 10W30 that provides maximum protection against both viscosity and thermal breakdown. Because if your oil breaks down, what's next? Castrol GTX. Drive hard. And try Castrol Syntec Blend for added synthetic protection.
Swipe your club card at Safeway for automatic $1 million touchdown to win entry. And if your name appears, it means you have won VTEX 900 megahertz digital cordless telephone with visual name and number call waiting caller ID, featuring 20-number speed dial storage and backlit keypad. Or a ladies' dress watch from Seiko. Elegant asymmetrical design, courtesy of Odyssey Time Incorporated, the sole authorized distributor of Seiko in Canada. Swipe your club card for everyday great savings and your chance to win $1 million at Safeway.
Charlie Tabb has done an outstanding job in his first year as head coach, and he's got the Owls on top by 13 without the #1 running back in the league in the ballgame. Here's Mike Whalen.
Mike Pringle, I'm just interested in your assessment of how Thomas Haskins is doing tonight.
Like everybody's seeing out there, he's a pretty good running back, and you know he hits holes, he catches the ball, he does everything, and he's having a great game today.
You're not worried for your job now, Mike?
I'm sure somebody hire me if it ever comes in jeopardy.
Now, what's the situation with your injury? Will you be ready to play next week?
Yeah, I'll be ready to go next week. I just turned my knee in the game against Edmonton, and they thought it best for me to rest it because it was early in the season. And see, there goes Thomas right there. But it should be fine. It was a little sore a couple of days after the game, but it gets better and better every day.
Okay, Mike, thanks for stopping by. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Back up to you, John.
All right, good job on the play-by-play there, Michael. 14th carry for Haskins. He now has 95 yards. And the Alouettes are about 3 away from another first down. Pringle, the first back in Canadian football history to go over 2,000 yards in a season. Calvillo's done a nice job tonight. And has another first down. It's Haskins again, who has caught the ball well, Matt, as well as run with it.
Well, like we said at the top of the show, you can't expect him to run between tackle and tackle. It's just too much pounding for his stature. So you utilize him in other ways. You get him the football out in space, and that's what they're doing. They just flooded his zone there to the short side of the football field, putting more receivers in the area than they have defenders, and they throw the ball underneath to him, and he does the rest.
5th reception for Haskins, 77 yards there. So add it all up, and he's well over 150. That one is batted up. And the Ticats couldn't react to a jump ball down there. Those guys are a little big to be rushing after the ball. Mike Campbell and Mike Philbrick.
Mike Campbell coming right off the edge here. He can't get to the quarterback, so he gets his hands up. Both of them got up. Joe Higgins and Mike Campbell right there. We call him Junior. He played at Slippery Rock from Ontario. Big Canadian friend getting it done.
On 2nd and 10, Calvillo puts it up. Almost a brilliant catch by Terry Davis.
He was concerned where Rob Hitchcock was. He wasn't going over there thinking totally about catching that football. He was concerned about getting popped by Rob Hitchcock, and rightly so. Tyree Davis is young in this league, and he'll learn that he's got to go over that middle and make those tough catches in this situation. Rob Hitchcock had him lined up. He was a nice guy at that point. He let off. Hitchcock can lay some hat on some people. He can knock people out.
Baker at his 20. A big charge. He got it away. Bobbled by Jackson. Here's his return. Wrapped up. Nice tackle on special teams. 42-yard punt. Ticats 1st and 10 when we return.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to TSN Tonight. I'm Darren Detition. A little NHL news to pass your way. This past NHL entry draft, the Vancouver Canucks picked the Sedin twins with their first 2 selections. Today, it was announced that the twins will play in Sweden and will not be joining the Canucks in the NHL for the 99-2000 season. The Sedins feel they'll benefit from 1 more year in the Swedish Elite League, and they wanted to finish their schooling before jumping to the National Hockey League. Brian Burke said that the news was expected, but thinks the twins still may attend the Canucks training camp. Some golf news to pass your way. Mike Weir is currently 2 shots off the pace following the first round of the PGA Championship. Sergio Garcia has a 2-stroke lead. He sits at 6 under par. We've got all the coverage of this major for you. It begins on Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. That is 10 a.m. Pacific Time. We'll get you back to the football game after this.